we go. Welcome everybody. Let me get up our stuffs, and I should start my video for you guys if you want to see it. All right. So when we were last here, you guys had defeated a spider finally. Not because of awesome teamwork, but because in the end, a couple of people rallied and they killed the spider. Tempe had spent a lot of time on a bridge. Icarus had spent a lot of time bleeding out in front of a spider. And, net, you guys came ahead, but you are pretty hurt. The team looted all of the corpses and then sort of huddled into this sort of the safe space. And there's a bit of a gap. Less to protect. You are trapped if anything significant comes, but probably the safest place in this room. You sort of verify that it doesn't seem to be anything behind you, although you thought that before, and something or someone stole a child and a farmhand. Up in the upper right hand of the screen, we do have Numchum and Glory are currently about 15 feet down the hall, below a shaft that or like a vent that sort of heads somewhat straight up. There's some footholds that get you a little way up, but they're sort of unusable once you get any higher. So there's really no way for at least a human to proceed unassisted. That is sort of where we are. So the question for you guys is, first off, you're not in combat. This is, you can talk all you want. Sort of free reign. Need to know, sort of, Glory, what do you and Numchum want to do? Do you want to stick around where you are? Sort of like the lowdown is, you guys are trying to escape. You're trying to escort these prisoners. You've lost one farmhand and a child. You did some investigating and found that that at least the child didn't go willingly. Not sure about the farmhand. And you guys, I think, need to sort of spend a good eight or so hours like resting up to restore your strength, reset your spells, and all that good stuff. So, what are you thinking, Glory?
Well, for my next one, I was going to shine a light up the vent to see if I could see anything.
Okay. What kind of light were you gonna? What kind of light were you gonna shine up?
I think I have like a I think I had like a witch sight or something, or some sort of, I'd have to look again, but there was some, I forgot which one it was. It was like a torch or something like that. So I was gonna do that.
Yeah, so a torch. So what is your do you have dark vision?
I do. Oops, I didn't mean to click that.
What are you doing there, torch?
I have dark vision, yes.
Yeah, so you don't really need a torch, unless you want to see things in color. You can see about 60 feet up the shaft. I'll let you sort of climb up the footholds as far as you can. I'm not going to make you roll an athletics check. It's pretty straightforward. By the time they become unusable, you wouldn't be able to try to get up them anyway. You look up,
right?
And I think I may have mentioned some of this last time. You look up, and the child footprints sort of ended and were sort of clustered at the bottom of this. You do see a little evidence of web. You can't tell how old it is necessarily, without maybe doing a little bit deeper sort of a nature check. This shaft it goes up at least another 30 or so feet, and then just it doesn't do like a hard right, but it's just sort of like veers left into darkness, and you can't see beyond that. So it sort of looks like this shaft sort of goes up and to the left.
All right. Well, I think for me, since I can't find the kid, I'll probably just go back with everybody and then suggest that we all have like an 8-hour rest or something.
So you guys take a long rest with the posse. All right. So
Because I think
Num Chum agrees. I'm gonna move your character back with the rest
I
of
need
the
to
team.
rest because I have a little bit of blood on me. So I don't know. Anybody else
Is it
need
your
to like
blood? That's
replenish spells or anything like that?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I know I do.
Yeah. Tempe's in a world of hurt. And Icarus is.
Am I not hearable? Can no one hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear.
Yeah. Everybody agreed.
Hello?
Can you not hear us?
Hello?
We can hear you. I shall type. We can hear you. So she's gone. All right. Oh, and for those who haven't run characters, whoever you have selected will be the character that talks. Just so you know. All right, so she'll be back in a second. I'm just going to move her over. So for the rest of you, you're all going to do a long rest. Your farmhands have sort of huddled in the back of the cave, and you can see that you guys are in a bit of a world of hurt. The question is, who wants to, what frequency are you going to do watches in? Like every 2 hours, 4-hour shifts? Does anyone want to, take the entire shift? And does anyone not need sleep?
Yeah, I'll volunteer Tyros. He's in good health to take first shift. Do we want to split them up, or do we want to? Anybody else want to take a shift?
I could take a shift as well because I'm in good health and I do not actually need much sleep as a dark elf.
So Tyros, can he watch while he's hidden? I know he has hiding abilities.
He can. So move your character to where you want to stand watch. Did you guys want a campfire or anything, or are you guys just gonna hang tight?
Go back to where that other goblin was on watch.
I would suggest we hang tight just to ensure that we don't attract attention. So I would say no fires or anything.
All right. So Tyro sort of makes his way around. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm going to head out to stand watch. Got you guys covered. Get some sleep." And then Larry, one of the farmhands, sort of shouts out. He's like, "It seems like you're guarding where we came from. But what about this pool and this other exit? Are we not worried that people are going to come down those stairs?" So Larry's really questioning your choice of where you're watching from.
Larry,
Yeah,
who's this guy? Why is he
Larry's one of
asking
the
so
farmhands.
questions? Oh.
Well, because
Larry,
he doesn't have.
Let's put Larry to work if he's gonna have such
Yeah.
an opinion. So
Why
Larry
doesn't
can stand
Larry
watch
go?
too.
Yeah.
Larry, who's the
Larry
adventurer? Us or you, Larry? You're just a farmer, Larry. You don't know much about these matters.
So Larry,
We should send Larry over to defend the stairs.
Larry's
Yeah.
not convinced that you have his best interest, so he says yeah. He says I'm going to go watch. He's heading out. So
Great.
he
You
says
go do that, Larry.
in 4 hours.
Larry.
So he's just sort of hang by the shore.
Go hang out with Larry.
I'm gonna
So
go
are
hang
you-
out with Larry too.
So hold on. So
Why?
you guys are not resting?
No,
So
yeah, we need to rest though. Remember, I thought doesn't
Yeah.
Larry need to rest too?
he's not hurt, so he can go by with 4 hours of sleep pretty easily as a
Got it.
farmhand. I would encourage the rest of you, if everybody's standing watch, then you got to really question why you're resting. So the bottom line is, if you're at all hurt, you will not benefit. So Tempe, I'm sorry. So Tyros is he's good to go. I'm sorry. Tyros is good to go. He's not hurt. He can do what he needs to do. But Tempe, Icarus, Glory.
Yeah, I'm gonna rest.
You guys need to rest for sure. And the rest of you aren't going to benefit if you don't get it. If you don't do it in 8 hours, then you don't reset your spell slots either. So anyone who has spell slots needs their 8 hours.
But why can't I rest by this tomfoolery dude?
You can
What's
if you
his
want.
name?
Larry
Was it? Yeah.
from the Three Stooges.
Larry. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah. I just want to
Yeah.
rest near Larry. That's all.
All right. Let me unlock movement, so you can now freely move yourself to where you want to be. So Glory sort of snuggles up in some mushrooms and sort of looks across to Larry, and she's like, you don't trust me, I don't trust you. So,
Although I'm going to
so
sleep
you're gonna-
next to you now.
yeah. Who knows where this will go? Let's keep it safe for kids.
Oh, well, I didn't mean it that one.
So Tyros is over to the right. Gloria is sort of by the pool. Larry's and she's resting, but Larry's standing guard. And with that, I will give you your long rest, but I gotta roll some dice. Rolling some dice. All right, so about 4 hours. I'm sorry, for the first 2 hours, it seems pretty uneventful. Both Tyros and Larry are treated to the symphony of snores and grunts, and the sounds of sort of healing, in the background. Just before midway through his shift, Larry's not sure if it's his mind, it's his imagination, or what. But he seems to think that like he's seeing stuff in the darkness in the pool. But it's probably just his eyes playing tricks on him. Next 2 hours. So the next 2 hours are 100% uneventful. Larry's convinced himself now that nothing's happening, right? And he's pretty good to go. He's starting to yawn, getting tired, and this is now the end of the first shift for Larry. So Larry's gonna head back into the group and do his thing. He taps out Pawl Blart and says, Paul, I don't trust these guys. Take a shift. So Pawl Blart pops on shore. Actually, he wanders out. He's just gonna sort of like hang out on the bridge, not that far, about right there, and sort of go from there because he's not feeling the love for this pool at all.
So he's gonna go on a rickety old. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to get a good
Right.
viewpoint. So Glory, are you? You're. I assume you're just that you're there for the night, correct?
Yep.
All right. Tyros, you're at the 4 hour mark. Are you tapping someone out, or are you hanging tight? I don't know that Tyros needs much sleep. I can't remember.
We'll tap out, let him rest. I believe Dinjarin offered to
All right.
take a watch.
All right, so move yourself back into the group. Dinjarin, put yourself where you want to be.
I think I'm gonna try to go. I guess are the mushrooms big? Like, can I hide in like a group of mushrooms?
They vary from ankle to sort of waist deep.
All right, I'm gonna go kind of sit over in that group of mushrooms just to obscure myself a little bit and kind of have a good eye on the whole cave.
All right, so you're sort of so Dinjarin can sort of see the pool area. He can't see Glory. He can see down the hall to see if anyone comes, and he can see to the right. Sort of like where there was the fallen rocks where you guys tried to kill the other goblin. So the next 2 hours pass. Somewhat uneventful. Again, more snoring. People are starting to look like they're healing up pretty well. And the last roll is going in the dice tower. All right. 1 second. Go from there. So you guys have managed to make it through the entire night. Pawl Blart's pretty convinced that he's seen and heard things in the deep below. But alas, the dice were your friend, and nothing significant happened while you were sleeping. So I'm now going to award the party a long rest.
Sweet. Oh.
So you guys are all sort of like waking up and shaking the sleep from your eyes, and doing yawning, burping, farting, whatever you guys do in the morning. I don't know. You all suffer from some serious cave hair from sleeping on mushrooms. But from a health perspective, you're feeling pretty good. One of the things that you did, as you looted the bodies, was you gathered your arrows, right? So who has expended arrows?
Oh, almost everybody, I would say.
All right.
I need 4, so I'm just gonna take them.
Nope, you're not. You're gonna roll a 10-sided die.
Darn it.
I'm still good. I don't
And-
need any.
Yeah, so you're gonna roll it. Well, if you did use any, like, make sure you roll. So anyone who's expended arrows, roll a 10-sided die, and that's the percentage of arrows that you found that were still usable. So
Nope.
that's roughly 80% for. And I'm trusting you guys to sort of round up and just be true. So Syl will probably need to do this. She's an archer. Icarus,
Got a
you rolled a
9.
20. Yeah, say that's 90%. So pretty much all of them. And so what you do is you go into your actions tab, and then you uncheck next to your ammo. Next to your bows, you uncheck the circles that you need to uncheck. Icarus, you need to roll a 10-sided die. You rolled a 20-sided.
Whoops.
There you go. Yeah, and you get 70%. Stefanos, you get 80%. So as you guys can see, as we're learning the game, resource management starts to come into play. Right.
So we
and
uncheck boxes?
yeah. So
Sorry, Emma?
yeah. So unfill in the circles. So just click like so. Let me pull you up, and I go to your actions
This should look
tab.
empty.
Yeah. So whatever percentage you got, just like ballpark it. Like I trust you. So. And by the way, I don't think we'll ever get to a point where I'm going to make you guys find less than 50% of your arrows, just so you know. Awesome. So Tyros, he rolled 4, so give him 50%, so he gets back half of his arrows.
So
Alright,
just to make sure I did the right thing
so-
here, I rolled a 9, so I unchecked all but 2 of the 20 ammo slots.
Oh no, of the ones that were used. So it's the percentage of like how many did you have used?
Where do I find that information?
Okay, so I'm looking at Syl only had used 2 of them. So you're Syl, right? And under the actions
Yeah.
tab, under longbow, you see there's 2 little dots. Basically
Yes.
90% is both of them. So you got all your arrows back. So just click those 2 dots. Now you have 20 arrows again. Does that make sense?
Nice.
So every time you
Yep.
shoot, it'll automatically use up one of your arrows. So the idea here is that, if possible, and you shoot somebody, you're going to go grab your arrow after like the battle's over, right? Some of those arrows will be unusable, right? Or you won't find them. So that's like we roll this percentages. So somewhere between, you'll find between 50 and 100% of your arrows, depending on your roll, because everything is dice, right? So for casters, or anyone going to their action tab, you should have your spell slots. So who are our casters? I think Stefanos is a caster. So let's look at her actions.
Yep.
So you're
That's what,
so go into preparation. And so you can go into your preparation and choose right now you have Healing Word and Cure Wounds as your 2 that you have prepared. You can choose whichever 2 from yours, Stephanos, that you want from your spells. Right? So...
Wait, where do I go to choose those, though?
Okay, so go into Actions. Yeah, go to Actions, and you see there's a dot next to Cure Wounds and a dot next to Healing Word. Right?
Yep, yep. Uh-huh.
Maybe you might want, like, Detect Magic or Guiding Bolt. Maybe you want to cast something for damage.
Yeah, definitely want Guiding Bolt. But I could do 2.
Yeah, so uncheck one and check the other. Does that make sense? All right, so there
So
you
I get
go.
2 almost.
So you get 2. Now, where it says mode at the bottom, you're done preparing, right? So now what you need to do is put click preparation until it says combat. So every time you click the word preparation, it'll then turn to another word. So you want to change the mode to combat. Who else is a healer? Or do you understand what I mean, Stephanos? Look at the very bottom.
No,
at the
I
very
don't.
bottom. Scroll all the way to the bottom.
Carol, no! Go away.
Uh-oh.
Of the Actions tab.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that... Someone say something. I'm not sure who that was.
Sounded like Curtis yelling at his kids.
Go away! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Sorry. that was my
it's
friend
okay.
telling his dog to go away. Sorry, that
Oh, it
was
was a go away.
my background.
Yeah.
noise.
No worries.
I can't actually
So under...
scroll to the bottom of the action.
Well, do you see where it says mode?
No.
So I like
No, and maybe it's off. Is it off the screen? So I'll do it for you. I'll just go ahead and do it. So I'm moving into combat for you. There you go. Now you're in combat mode. We'll work on
Thank
the tool later on.
I like that.
It's just it's so like it's not a great interface. And did you already reclaim your arrows, Stephanos? Because you'd used 3 of them. Okay, so you have you didn't find 3. Perfect. All right, there you go. So let's see. Tempe, let me look at you, make sure you're good to go, and then we'll be on our way. Lead item, don't need that. Okay. Lead item, don't need that. You're good to go. There's no
Yep.
put you in combat mode. Syl, I don't think has anything. Stefano, if you did. Icarus, I don't believe has any spells or anything like that. You have a large number of weapons that we have to get a little bit more strict on. You're carrying like 2 scimitars, a short bow, a bunch of long bows, and javelins. So
Are you talking about me?
yeah, we'll work on that later. I'm gonna put you into a combat mode. Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. When I took it out of combat mode, they went away.
And you thought I wasn't trustworthy. I'm not carrying like 25 weapons.
All
yeah,
right,
but
so
I also had to defeat a spider basically on my own while you lost a child. So,
dude, she got your
Yeah,
number.
she got you there.
But I healed our healer. I helped our healer. Huh? Come on, guys.
Yeah, only when you had to. So,
All right, let's see. So who am I on? This is Tyros. He's good to go. Glory, our warlock. I believe don't you have spells?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so let's go into preparation. Oh, and you have 2 of 2 selected already, so you're good to go. Have you used any of your spell slots? No. Okay. And that leaves us with our last player is not in the game yet, so we're gonna hold off on them. Awesome. All right, guys. So here you are. Your day is just starting. You see Pawl Blart sort of on the rickety bridge. Glory. You hear rustling off in the mushrooms. All the farm hands are feeling pretty good. Flintstone woke up to remember that his daughter's missing, and he's a bit beside himself. But I think he has hope, given the news that Gloria shared, that she sort of sees where the child went, and it seems at least the child was alive when it went up into the tunnel. What do you guys want to do now? It's dawn, and
I want to try to throw another torch into the pool to see what's what.
All right, so you're gonna throw a lit torch into the pool.
I want to ask Flintstone, the father, if he has anything he would like to say to me.
You can do that next. Tyros, go ahead and free move over to where you want to be, and throw a torch into the pool.
All right, where's Tyros? Should we throw a torch or like one of these chains right here? I'm gonna go somewhere that doesn't look like it's a crocodile slide.
Hey, why
Alright.
don't we sacrifice Paul? Why don't we just...
Yeah, well, I'm standing around him just in case something pops out. It could go after him. You may want to back up, Glory.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, why don't you push Paul in and see what happens?
Well, we have to save them. We can't just use them as human guinea pigs.
So
Why not?
Paul's hearing this
getting paid
conversation, and Paul's
Oh.
like I'm super not comfortable with what you guys are discussing. Right? So he's like, look, I did my 4 hours.
Well,
I stood watch.
Hmm.
He's like, he's not sure what
Right.
outcome you're after, Glory.
And now his watch has ended. All right, what do I need to do in order to toss a torch into the pool? Dungeon Master.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I had a little elf next to me, tapping my shoulder.
What do I have to do to throw a torch into the pool? Do I need to roll anything?
Yeah, you're gonna roll an athletics check,
Okay.
and roughly identify sort of where you want to roll.
Are you going to light
assume-
torch first? Or
So you guys can draw on the map, right? You have a little pencil tool up there.
Yeah.
All right, so just sort of put a little X using the little pencil, Tyros, on where you're
It's
going
not
to toss
working
this
for
torch.
me. Let's see. Drawing mode. Just moves the map.
All right, so let me
Drawing
ask you this: which using creative descriptions, which
four.
box are you aiming for? Like, where in this pool are you trying to throw a torch?
4 boxes over from Tyros to the right, and 1 box up.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 box up. So basically, what I'm hearing is this.
Yes. It's funny,
Alright.
I couldn't draw.
I don't know why. Maybe you guys aren't allowed to draw. That seems silly. It'd be a useful tool. All right, so go ahead and so Tyros pulls out a torch, fires it up. So he's holding this lit torch, and he's gonna toss it into. Yeah, he's gonna toss it into the pool. So roll an athletics check, please. 15. Awesome. So Pawl Blart sees you whip out this torch and sort of raise your arm, and he thinks to himself, "Oh, for the love of God!" Right? Like, here we go. Like, they're going to deliver on this conversation they just had, and is delighted to see that you toss this torch, and it lands almost precisely, where you'd asked. It hits the water, and you hear, and the lit torch is now an unlit torch, and you sort of see it slowly making its way to the. Well, actually, wait a minute. Let me think about that. A torch would float. It's wood. So, the torch sizzles to a stop, and just sort of you see it sort of floating on top of the pool.
All right. Pretty
Or in
anticlimactic.
so basically in sound effects mode, it's pretty much Oh,
quick sizzle.
not making sound effects. There you go. My mouse wasn't working. Okay. So that was pretty uneventful, right? So you just have this torch sort of floating, floating on top there. And Bart looks at, Paul looks at you and goes like what were you, what were you hoping would happen? Right? Like, did you, fire doesn't burn water. And, you're sort of reeling from that noise, and as he's sort of feeling sort of self-satisfied, a giant tentacle comes up from the water, pulls Pawl Blart into the water, and while your torch did not necessarily pay out the way you expected, you do discover that there seems to be some sort of a giant octopus in this pool of water.
All right, there we go. It finally reveals itself.
Yeah, and I think
Paul died
Pawl
anyways. I didn't have to do anything.
Well, you don't know
we
he's
could have
dead.
thrown him in.
Yeah, he's definitely underwater. So if you don't see him come up for the next few minutes, then he's probably not made it.
Grab the torch as a floating device, Paul.
Yeah. So in a way, Glory, you kind of got what you're after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Now I know, and now I want to move.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, yeah. So unfortunately for you, that's not a thing, because you guys are now in combat. So I'm going to need everyone. I'm going to need everyone. To
roll for initiative.
There you go.
We can't ask. You
can't ask what?
Well, like, are these octopuses evil? Like naturally evil? Maybe they want to be a friend? Maybe they want to help us? Maybe that's a transport through the water.
Yeah, you can try to communicate on your turn with the octopus if you want. But I will say until then, let's go ahead and get you guys to roll for initiative. So I'm requesting a roll. I'm going to roll for the NPCs. Roll NPC initiative. Yeah, and poor Pawl Blart, man. That dude, if he wasn't underwater, he's up first. All right, so we're good to go. So the octopus has effectively used its surprise on Pawl Blart. We're going to go ahead and start our round with Syl. So you guys are in the back of the cave. You hear this giant splash, right? And you hear a sort of Glory sort of giggle sort of triumphantly, and Tyros is like, "What the?" And there you are. So you can move. You're 30. I think she can move 35 feet. And take your action. And I did learn that you guys can move, take an action, and then move again. So you can split your move up in one thing. Oh, sorry. I have to undo. I have to throw it on token locking.
Is that only if we don't, in the first move, we don't use all 30 feet? Or can you do 30, take action, and then move another 30?
No, you can for your turn, you can move. So Syl keeps moving around. Can you stop moving Syl around? What's going on there?
Sorry.
All right, so Syl's going to be back where she was. Now, it should actually make you request to move now. Like, go ahead and move it again. And it should give you like a request to move.
I see.
Yeah, I forgot to
Right.
I forgot to lock your tokens. Sorry. My daughter is making macaroni and cheese. Okay, so do you know how to move? You just drag your character where you want to be, and then I will approve the move. That is her 35. Nice work. You optimized your move. All right, so Syl's, on a bit of rock, nothing that requires an athletics check. She sees in the back of the cave a giant octopus, and can sort of make out the faint outline of Pawl Blart sort of struggling below the surface, sort of ensnared in some tentacles. All right, so you've done your move, and
Okay.
let's hear these. I know you have amazing storytelling skills, so let's give us your narrative. What's Syl doing?
Well, I barely knew him, but I feel a great pang in my heart for the plight of the common man, Pawl Blart. I feel like he has much to offer society, and I would prefer he didn't meet his demise here at the tentacles of the cruelest cephalopod I've ever encountered. So I'm going to try to shoot it. All right. Wait, remind me. So I dropped the bow dice onto the octopus.
Yeah. So you drop the bow dice onto the octopus. You have line of sight, so there's no disadvantage.
We don't want to interview this octopus dude first, maybe get some information out of him.
Well, you should. You can do that in roleplay mode and just yell out to Syl if you'd like. But she did already shoot the octopus, so you need to roll the damage now.
Right.
So as you see this arrow flying towards the octopus, you hear Glory say, "What do you say, Glory?"
Too late.
Okay, so your octopus meets your arrow, and you see its jiggly flesh sort of it's just sort of the arrow just sort of disappears into the octopus, and you do some pretty good damage, and that ends your turn. You've used your entire move.
Can I respond to Glory?
You absolutely can.
Glory, I appreciate your kind heart, but I fear that interviewing the octopus is a luxury we no longer have. Our priority now must be to our captured comrade, Pawl Blart.
And Glory miffs at such comment. Or grunts.
Sorry, macaroni and cheese guidance going on to my left here. My 10-year-old's making her own lunch today. Cool. So, with that, we're going to advance to the next person up, which is one of the farmhands. So he's, Oh My. I'll go ahead and click the next. Oh My's took a first shift, and he's just thinking to himself, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that wasn't me," right? So. Moving on, Glory, it is now your turn.
Okay. The first thing I want to do is, why can't I click skills? Hold on. Oh, I want to see, a nature check, to see, if this octopus...
you don't have to tell me the kind of check you want to do. Just tell me what you want to know, and I will tell you which check to do.
Oh.
So, none of you guys never need to say, I need to do a perception check.
Oh, okay. I want to know if we can tell if there's anything, can this octopus speak to us? Is there something it's hiding? Is it a portal? Is there a way that we can use this to get to another can we use this octopus in any way to get what we need to potentially get to someplace, maybe through the water?
So you were indeed correct. That is a nature check. So go ahead and roll nature.
Okay.
It's under skills.
Come on. Dang it!
Yeah. So
All right. Well, I guess
so-
this is gonna die now.
Yeah, so Glory goes in deep, deep with the octopus, and sort of tries to sort of have a rational conversation. And all she gets back is, and that's that. So, yeah, there's not, you don't really pick up anything. I mean, if it wasn't for your bonus, it would have been like, you would have like almost unknown things. So, awesome.
Yeah.
So you still can move,
Okay.
and you can move a total of whatever, how much you want. Take an action and then move whatever's left,
Okay.
or you can hang tight where you are.
Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna hang. Actually, I'm gonna go around the here. I'm gonna go right. Here.
Ah, yes, trying to get out of range of tentacles.
Yes, and that's all.
Awesome. Are you gonna attack, or are you not gonna attack?
You know what? Maybe I will attack. I'll help out a little bit.
Ah, nice change of pace from Glory.
How quickly
I'll
you
do. Well, I mean, the octopus had a chance, so I'm gonna do a Eldritch Blast.
All right.
A
So go
beam
ahead
of
and hit.
crackling energy. Okay.
So for that, I need you to target that octopus. And that's control
Okay.
click, right? So hit control and then click the octopus.
Control click. Right? Did I do it?
I did it for you.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right, and then
And
and you're doing your Eldritch Blast. And again, can you remind us? You were I cut you off. What were you saying about Eldritch Blast?
a beam of
Uh-oh.
crackling energy streaks through the creature within range, makes a ranged spell attack against the target. On hit, the target takes 1d10 force damage. The spell creates more than one beam, then you reach higher levels. Oh, so
Awesome.
never mind. Ignore that part.
So you raise your hands and you're like, huzzah, and try to attack the octopus, and like nothing but like sparks and a little smoke comes out of your fingertips, to the point where on sort of your next attack you're at a disadvantage of -5 because you fumbled. So
Wow.
you rolled a
Okay,
1.
cool.
You rolled
So
a natural
glad
1.
I
which-
helped everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome.
That'll teach you to be good. Awesome. All right, so go ahead and end your turn by clicking the two little arrows.
Oh.
All right, and this brings us to Dinjarin. Wait a minute, what
Is
happened?
Tempe
It
not
went-
going?
Yeah,
Yeah, what happened?
It went twice.
There we go. It's Tempe's turn. All right, and so give me 2 shakes. I need to pause for just a second. I'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. Talk amongst yourselves on what you want to do next. It'll be less than probably a minute.
After these messages.
we're back. So,
Stefano
hope you had a
suggested
productive
that we
conversation.
throw Syl in.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Wow.
you did. You suggested to throw Syl in,
Excuse
and then you
me?
would save her.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
girl, I did not.
I don't
Is this
understand how
canon?
it's.
Glory is really want to throw someone in there.
Well,
I
I think
think it's safe.
she's got
I
the
don't
feels
understand
because
how
she.
it. I would say that from a strategic perspective, since the bridge appears to be kind of rickety, like the only people who can fight the octopus currently are those with ranged attacks. And as a ranger, you'd probably want me to continue attacking. So if you had to throw someone in, I would suggest somebody who like specializes in melee combat. That being said, I don't really see why would we throw anyone in.
And unfortunately, I think there is only one person who has no range abilities at all.
Yep.
The
That's
farmhands,
true.
of course. The farmhands is who I'm talking
you
about. The
Are you guys thinking that you might continue to throw farmhands in the water?
No, I was just joking.
By no
Awesome.
means do I not have any range weapons.
So I'll give you some allowance for comedy, but sometimes I'm gonna hold you to your bizarre to your bizarre thoughts. It is pretty funny that the ranged person who bungled their throw was making fun of another ranged person who hit. So, all right, you're up, man. Tempe, make your move, man. Adam, are you with us? What do you guys want Adam to do while he's not there? Oh, Adam, we cannot hear you. Can anyone else hear him?
No.
No.
And it looks like
No.
there's 2 instances of his character on the map, too. At least that's what...
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Sorry, yeah, I was.
Go ahead,
going
make
to
your
my
move.
screen. Okay.
Make your move and get to where you want to be. Like the irony is that you spent a lot of time on the bridge when the bad guy wasn't on the bridge. Let's see where Tempe moves now. He's heading towards the bridge. I'm sorry. No, Tempe was on the bridge. Tempe was on the bridge at the last battle.
Yeah.
All right, so you come around the corner and you're presented with a fairly large octopus, sort of waving its tentacles. You now can sort of see the faint outline of Pawl Blart deep in the pool.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, I want to hit it with my spike chain. I'm not close enough, so I think I'll just take a shot at it for now.
Awesome. So you target the octopus, you raise your bow, and let's see if magic happens. Oh my goodness. All right, so until you finish long rest. Okay, so I need you to roll a 20. And from the top of your list down will be the skill that you are going to lose proficiency in.
Great.
You will now suck at animal handling. So. Oh wait, you have Tyro selected, by the way.
Oh, whoops. How do I
Click
unselect
him
and go to
in the upper left. Double click your character.
Okay.
Well, no, you still are going to keep your roll. You still lost to animal handling. I'm not giving you a do-over. so good enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Right,
So you've moved. You've attacked. Did you want to? Don't forget, you guys can ask questions, understand things as well, right? So you don't have to just. If you want to, really find out more about the octopus or the situation, don't forget, you guys can do that sort of thing.
Yeah. What's my range on my spike chain? That's my question.
Go to your action.
It says reach.
And yeah, it should tell you. I'm pulled up the wrong guy. For Tempe, the spiked chain is give your choice. If you read the directions, it'll tell you. Oh, so I think it's within. Yeah, I think it's a melee weapon, so it's just like
So I gotta be pretty
any other
close.
melee. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Awesome. So your turn is ended. Go ahead and click end turn, and we'll go to Dinjarin. Dinjarin, was on watch, didn't see anything, and is starting his day with potentially some calamari.
All right, I'm going to start off by using my Dancing Lights cantrip. I could create four glowing orbs. I'm going to have to try to describe where I want them because that draw feature doesn't really work.
Okay.
Let me see if I could get it right. So I want
and this
one.
This will be your action.
Yeah, I want one. Let me. So I want one right between. By the way, each orb could go 120 spaces away from where I am. So I want one roughly between the stairs and the octopus. One right in the middle of the pool.
So hold on, between the stairs and the octopus. So is that right here?
Yeah. Yes. Right there.
Okay.
One in the middle of the pool, kind of where the bridge is broken.
So, like, between them or to the lower right?
A little bit to the lower right of where the center of them would be.
Like there?
Yeah.
Okay.
One to the opposite side of them.
Oh, okay.
So
like right around here?
So directly across from that one. Yes. Yeah, right there. And then I think I have, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60. Yeah. And then one right behind the octopus.
So right there.
Yep. So that's where I want
Awesome.
the orbs.
All right. So, and what will the outcome of this be? Because it's concentration, so I think you don't have to roll anything.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I don't. So I'm hoping the orbs will at least distract the octopus, but I also want to see if the light illuminates the pool enough where we can see if there are any more octopuses or anything else that we should be aware of after we dispatch this one. Like, is this just a baby and there's a mama waiting down there, or? So I want to make sure there's nothing else in the pool.
Awesome. So the so you raise your hands and what movements do you make to make this happen? So can you describe those?
Yeah. So I raise my hands sort of in the gesture. I do a couple of finger movements and I lock my hands in a couple of different movements, and then oh crap! Sorry, I just realized I'm bleeding.
Oh, in real life?
Powerful spell.
Yeah, in a couple of movements, and then I kind of push my hands out in front of me, and then the orbs fly out from my hands into those spots.
All right.
Doctor Who.
And then you hear...
Not Doctor Who. Sorry, Doctor Strange.
Oh, it's not my hand, it's my arm.
What's that?
Oh, it's my arm that's
okay?
bleeding. Yeah, I don't know how I cut it, but I'm fine.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with our sounds, but like all my cool sound effects aren't working. Because you were supposed to hear your spell just now, but you did not. All right, so what happens then is, the octopus. Let me see. I have to decide between these two things, or these few things. Let's see what I got here. Okay. So this octopus is like suddenly surrounded by these glow, these orbs, and while they're not bright enough for him to be blinded, he's an octopus, so he's not used to such things. So he's now suddenly frightened. All right, so that's quite a frightened sound. So he'll everything from here on out. How long does it last? It lasts for one round? No.
Let me
Or is
go
it-
back and find it.
Maybe it's in minutes.
Up to 1 minute. Concentration and duration is 1 minute.
And each round is about 6 seconds, so like about 10 rounds he'll have this. So there you go. So he's going to, he's going to be frightened, right? The orbs are also sort of hovering above the pool, and they shine about 10 feet of light, in a sphere around them. So you don't see all the way to the bottom of the pool, but it seems fairly still. Right, it seems like this octopus, and it was really the only thing in it, and it's got to make you think, like, why the hell was there this octopus in this little pool? Makes you wonder. And that ends your turn, Mister.
Cool.
You may want to look up while it's not your turn. Maybe look up frightened, so to understand sort of what that means.
All right. Let me. Oh wait, I could move, right? I can still move.
You can still move.
You know what? I'm going to stay right where I am for right now.
All right.
Come
Then end your turn and go from there.
And I am going to go get a band-aid really quick.
All right. Well, I hope you're doing okay. This brings us to Larry. Larry's just happy to not be in the fight. Same with Mo Sislak. And this brings us to Tyros.
Well, Tyros would definitely want to know what it means that the octopus is afraid before figuring out what to do next.
Okay. So what are you trying to understand? So then I need you to roll. You want to understand about sort of, you want to get in the octopus's head, correct?
Correct.
All right, that's a nature check,
All right.
which is good. It's not animal handling, right? Oh wait, that was the wrong person. Sorry.
Different guy. Abilities. Is that skills?
Mm-hmm.
Nature. Okay.
So almost everything is either a skill or an action.
Yeah.
All right, good enough. So what does one know? What can one know about an octopus? Well, let me tell you. You know that while out of the water, an octopus can actually hold its breath for about an hour, right? So any thoughts of like drag him to the shore and he will that's not a thing. He can last for quite a while, but he can only breathe underwater. So after an hour he'd need some air, right? He'd need to get underwater again. He does have advantage while in the water on sort of being stealthy, which is why he was able to grab Pawl Blart. So that seems pretty clear, right? You also understand a couple of things about sort of how he operates, right? He can use his tentacles. They reach 15 feet, so that's 3 squares, right? And he gets a +5 bonus, right? So it's he's pretty accurate with his tentacles. And you also know that like the kind of damage you're going to take from a tentacle is that you're going to be smashed or crushed or pushed. That said, if it indeed wants to, it can also ensnare you, right? It can grapple you, can hold you, right? In which case you'd have to find your way out. So if you get too close to this thing, it potentially is going to grab you. Another interesting thing, at least once, the octopus can actually discharge a big cloud of ink, right? Which will obscure this octopus in the pool for a certain amount of time. Now, the irony is, in the wild, this might be super beneficial, but you're a smart guy and you realize this isn't a giant pool, so it's not like that ink cloud is going to do too much, right? It is what it is. So you wouldn't expect in this battle that this octopus would probably leverage that tactic. So you're really just mostly concerned about the tentacles, and so many tentacles there are. This octopus is clearly not happy to be here, and doesn't see any of you as a potential pal. And that's pretty much all you pick up.
Did you catch that, Glory? Anyway, so what I pulled from that is we need to get it out of the pool, so it'll be at a disadvantage. So I will attack first and move back later, and hopefully we can draw it out of the pool. Onto the
No, you
land.
misunderstood. It would not be at disadvantage. It'd still
Just
it
doesn't
would
have
lose.
stealth in the pool.
So it would lose if you pulled out of the pool. It would lose its +5, right? But it wouldn't. It really isn't going to. It's not going to be at a disadvantage. It still has tentacles. It can still move. You know, I mean, I didn't mention that, but like it, you know, it can move 10 feet on land per turn and 60 feet. Like it can make it all the way across that pool and still a couple of squares. You know, on land in one turn.
Tyros, in your investigation, did you get a sense of how long these tentacles are? Like, how far can the tentacles reach? From
3 squares.
Yeah, 15 feet. So think about that.
So my question is,
Not
if
your
you
turn.
guys recall,
Yeah, I mean, like you can have some sort of exchange, but you can't really have a like you can yell suggestions, but like probably not a conversation. I do need Tyros to make his move, like to make a either move or an action, because he's learned about all he's going to learn about the octopus.
Yeah, let's kind of think there's either 2 ways that I want to go. I remember when David threw the oil against the spider and we lit it on fire. We could do that along the edge of the pool, keep the octopus at bay. So I think maybe I'll try that.
So where you're going to try to throw?
Oil and light it on fire.
Okay, where about did you want to throw the oil?
Right in the middle of the shore of the pool, like probably by those chains, close to Glory and Tempe, but a little bit up from them.
All right, so if you go to your inventory and we look at oil.
So do I grab?
Well, he should only have 1 now, so I'm going to give him 1 because he used one of them earlier. So you can splash it on a creature within 5 feet, or throw it up to 20 feet. So you could throw it 20 feet. It'll shatter on impact. You can make a ranged, unhit. The target is covered with oil, which you're not doing. You can also pour it out on the ground to cover a 5-foot square area, providing it's level. If lit, it'll burn for 2 rounds, and it'll deal 5 damage to any creature that enters the area. So this 1 flask, it'll basically light up 1 square. All right.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool.
So
you want it by the chains? And did you want to pour it or throw it?
Throw it.
All right, so you're gonna throw it 20 feet. So I need you to roll athletics check.
Okay.
And you're just gonna need to basically anything above like a 6 because it's not too complicated.
It says only records which you own can be shared.
Why are you trying to share it?
Sorry.
Oh.
I had the wrong thing. There we go.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Tempe, Tempe tosses this oil.
Tyros.
I'm sorry, Tyros. I'm used to voices. Tyros tosses this oil, and bursts into flames. Tell me if I got this right. Right about here.
Perfect.
Awesome. So you've got some fire going. And that would be your action, right? Because I'm assuming that you toss the oil, But what we didn't do is, I assume that you walked over and lit it. So you need to move your character someplace. So on your way to that, let's assume that you stepped over and lit it. That doesn't require anything.
Awesome. Then I'll just take a couple more steps back. And that should be my turn.
Perfect. Moving. Oh, I'm trying to move it. The map's not going. Uh-oh, I'm getting the beach ball of doom. There we go. Now I can move this map and say accept and hit end your turn, and you can the next person can go.
All right.
That'd be Klumanji. Klumanji is going to do nothing. Does that surprise you guys? He's doing nothing. He's hanging back. He hears you guys fighting a giant octopus, and he wants to have nothing to do with that. Same with all of the farmhands. So we're going to cruise through all of them, all the way to Stefanos. You are up.
Good for nothing farmhands.
And Jaren, what have you been doing?
Y'all
right.
are okay.
Okay.
We aren't doing nothing.
I think I remember you saying this, Thomas, that the octopus does not want to be our friend. Is not interested.
It is not interested in long walks on the beach or being your pal.
I'm gonna move closer.
All right, I'm looking for your character. I don't see you move yet.
Oops.
Oh, you hit the rocks.
Oh.
So you're gonna lose 5 feet for going around it. So there you go. Awesome.
And then I'm gonna try to shoot an arrow at the octopus.
Awesome. Target the octopus and then drop your dice. Nice. So you hit the octopus.
Thanks.
There, I give you your orbs, Curtis. Nice. So you do nice a nice shot at the octopus. Again, you guys see this arrow fly towards it and just sort of disappear within its body. And you see, a mix of ink and blood starting to sort of ooze from these arrow holes. And that brings us to Flintstone. Flintstone's doing nothing. And so the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the octopus's turn. The octopus is going to move, and you see a couple of things simultaneously. You finally see the corpse of Pawl Blart disappear from sight. Paul's, no longer with us. He exits the combat tracker completely, and a moment of silence. And then on that, this octopus is going to sort of make its way. Like it's frightened. It can still move and wants to get away from these scary lights. It also doesn't want to go near that fire, so it's going to make its way 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's moved 20 feet, and it gets another 10 more on land. So 1 there. All right, he's going to pop right there. That puts the octopus within some pretty good striking range of Syl, who I promised I would murder during this game today. Dinjarin's also within reach, but it's really trying to avoid that fire. So the octopus is now going to, I gotta find him in the combat tracker. It's going to attack Syl with its tentacle. and it should be doing this with a disadvantage.
No.
Haha.
Woo.
And Syl owes Dinjarin, the supposedly evil character, a big thank you for frightening it, because despite its role, it missed. It had to take the crappier of the two, so it would have been a pretty significant hit. And with that, it ends its turn. Chob's not going. He's sort of hanging tight. Although, actually, he is going to move a little bit more in range just in case he's needed. But he really is. His goal is to sort of protect the people behind him. Fram still clinging to his dad's leg, still distraught that his sister's missing. And then this brings us finally to Icarus, the hero of the last game. Make your move, Icarus.
So I have to move out of the cave.
Yep. And you have a total movement of, I believe, 30? 30.
Yeah. So can I go here?
You can go there.
And then I will use my longbow. And then...
Right. Let me see. Hold on. Wait. Yeah. Oh, you have... Perfect move. Actually, I need to move you onto an actual... No, you're on a square. You have line of sight. I did not know how you were going to accomplish that, but you managed to squeeze in there.
Perfect. So then target the octopus, and then I'll my longbow.
Nice. And you hit.
Yes. And then the damage. That did something, right?
Very nice.
It did. Damage 6. Yeah, you did 6 more. So, it is hurting. Like it's hurting. So it's about, you guys can see from the amount of blood and ink that this guy's about halfway through its life. And Icarus, that ends your turn. So I will hit next for you. Moving us to where are we? Oh, that's the end of that round. We're on round 2. Syl is up and within striking distance from tentacles.
All right. So I want to move. I'm thinking I'm gonna move to this corner with all these mushrooms, so I have the fire between between us. But let's see, can I do this?
You have to do it in 2 moves because you have to go. You can't go through it. You have to go just drag it twice.
Yeah.
And it'll build the move.
Okay. I want to go here.
Okay, and then go to the next one. All right, that's good. So Syl sort of realizes that she's not in a good place as a juxtaposition to an octopus, but she's not one to shy from battle. So you see her sort of leap around this burning oil, and sort of wedge herself into the corner just on the other side of the pool. Now Syl's smart. She knows that that octopus on its next move could easily get to her. But she's counting on you guys to maybe not let it get there. So,
yes,
you now have an attack.
It. All right. Woo. All right.
Awesome. So you do hit. Nice. And honestly, in Syl fashion. She raises her crossbow after leaping around this fire and lodges it deeply into the octopus. This octopus is no longer moderately hurt. This guy is, we don't know if it's a guy or a gal, but this octopus is definitely hurt. And you sort of see it sort of squishy, sort of spin its way towards Syl, right? Not pleased. Don't forget, it is still terrified of the orbs, so you may have that going for you. Next up is Oh My, who does nothing. Surprise. Glory, this brings us to you. Glory looking to redeem herself after her botch. Don't forget, you have to click -5.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I was just not gonna do anything this round. Cause then I wouldn't have a -5, right? I'd skip over the -5.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, on your next round, yeah, you'd skip the -5, but the -5 just means that you have to subtract that from whatever your attempt is. I don't know that it's a good move to not do something as an action, just sort of to sit there. But it's your call, right? I mean, it's just you never know. Maybe you'll get
a fumble. Okay.
No, a fumble.
Right.
Okay, so
then...
no, I think this is worth explaining. A crit is when you roll a 20. The dice has to say 20, and that's a crit. That means like awesome things happen. When you roll a 1 and a dice says a 1, that's a fumble or a botch, and that means that something negative happens in addition to like you missed, but also like you missed so bad that you're gonna get punished for it. So you had a fumble. A -5 if you rolled a 1. The -5, the only way to fumble again would be to roll another 1. There's like the -5 isn't going to impact the actual number on the dice. Does that make sense? It's a modifier. It's something you add or subtract from the dice, so it's not going to really help.
Okay.
Right? But you could roll a natural 20, in which case it potentially would be a hit.
Okay. And can I can shoot, because, okay, so I noticed that the orbs are impacting the octopus, and I have a witch bolt which sends a beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards the creature within range. So I can just shoot that over to using my witch. I'm going to use my witch bolt to shoot the octopus.
Okay. Easy enough.
So
and see, and despite, well, you didn't click the -5, did you?
No.
So under the chat window. Okay, so we're gonna do a re-roll as a learning event. Go ahead and click -5 and then attack it again.
Okay. Okay. Which one did I use again? The witch bolt. Here we go.
Yeah, so it was a miss. It was a miss anyway, but.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move. How long does this fire last?
The fire lasts. Let me look.
2 rounds.
Yeah, 2 rounds. So it'll be here for 1 more round. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to move. Here.
Makes
so I'm
sense.
out of Icarus's way. Okay.
Perfect. Awesome.
That's it.
And then I'll advance. Yeah. And then we should I think we should end pretty soon. Did you guys want to finish this fight real quick or end at the end of this round? Why don't you take your turn, Tempe, since I started talking over you.
No problem.
Figure out what to do next.
Do a quick move. Will the fire block my line of sight to the octopus?
Nope, you're good to go. You have a perfect line of sight.
I'll move over here, light an arrow, take a shot at the octopus.
Yep. If you get much closer to the fire, though, you're going to do damage to yourself.
Yep.
All right. Make it count. And you did. You hit. So, Tempe shoots his arrow through the fire, what sets it ablaze. And it just slams into this octopus. And you got to roll damage. Yep. And that little extra tingle from the fire did its job. This octopus is literally on the verge of death. And are you going to take any more of your move? You have you can move another. You can move another, 25 feet, if you wanted to.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. All right, then I'll end your turn. Actually, you ended your turn. Jinjarin, it's yours, Jinjarin.
All right. I'm going to take a risk. I am going to move up close to him.
Do tell. Do tell.
And then I am going to take my maul, and I'm going to try to strike it right in the eye to one, blind it, and hopefully just finish it off.
All right, so here's the deal I'll make with you because you're doing a targeted attack. If it's a hit, and it's above 17, I'll let you do an additional 2 points of damage.
Oh, cool. Okay, so here we go. I think I have it targeted. The yellow ring is around it. That means he's targeted, right?
It's targeted, yeah. You still want to drag it onto it, but yeah. Oh! So you have a critical hit. It's when there's an empty table. It is my discretion. So why don't you go ahead and then we'll give you a +5. So hit +5 and then roll your damage. So
that was amazing.
Yeah, holy crap, 23. So Dejar runs up to this octopus that he's already terrified, right? With orbs, has been freaked out by fire, and has been had arrows embedded in him. And he's thinking about his life choices, and maybe pulling Pawl Blart into the blackness was not such a great idea. He also realizes he's had a pretty good life being an octopus out in the sea, and it all went wrong when, for whatever reason, he was captured and thrown into this pool. In his last moments, he sees Dinjarin coming down upon him, and then he sees nothing, feels nothing, and hears nothing. He is now calamari. The irony is, he literally is calamari. You guys have basically fried him. So, this octopus is dead, and as such, the octopus has dropped something. And let's see. I'm gonna move you out of the way so I can grab it. Oh, that's the octopus. I'm gonna have to move him out of the way so I can get to the pelt. So the loot. He has left behind some octopus hide, animal teeth, and 12 rations in the form of calamari. As you may have guessed, octopi do not carry gold. So, sending it to the party sheet, and you're good to go. Also going to give you the experience for this battle. So give me 1 second. Experience, blah, 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 blah. XP. Add it to the party sheet.
I have to run, but thank you.
You are welcome.
Oh, wow.
You're welcome. You guys are all you guys are gonna do is house clean and tell me sort of how you want to be set up for the next time we play, which is next Thursday. Melon, you will be introduced next game for sure. So,
Yes.
so I'm glad you've been a great proxy player for everybody, which has been fantastic. But you will definitely. There's no way that they will not meet their new character in the next round. So I'm super excited about that. I wanted this to happen before your internship ended. Cool. So how do you guys want to stack up before we leave?
I don't trust the bridge, so I think we start going towards the edge of the pool to get to the steps.
I'll hide over in this little...
Jill and Tempe and Glory are.
I think I'll go over in this little offshoot over here that I see. I have a nice...
chest?
What? I was just thinking I would go over there because I have a nice view of everything, and I can make sure no one's coming from the bridge. I don't know. Is there a treasure chest there? What?
Yes.
Is there?
Oh!
Yeah,
Hey,
so Dinjarin, as Dinjarin makes his way into this little area, he sees a treasure chest. Now he's not the first person to spot this chest. You remember correctly, Syl tried to break into it in the last game.
That is
So.
true.
So what do you think? What's your play here?
Oh, can I do something still?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, since
I figured we'd end this, like we'd get you guys to the stairway and then call it a day.
Now that I've noticed it, I think I will walk over and try to open it.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Uh-oh. Hold on. My client is freezing up. There we go. All right. So he's walked
everyone
over.
just moved.
What's that?
I was gonna say everyone just moved back to the entry of this cave for some reason.
Yeah, that's the farmhands. I did that on purpose. It's gonna make it easier. Matter of fact, I've got to delete some people from it. But go ahead and what are you gonna do?
I want to try to open it. I don't know how to get the options that you typically have.
So double click it.
Oh, double click. Okay.
Yep.
I don't think I'm a good pick lock, so I'm just gonna break it.
And you succeeded. So is it still locked?
Cool. So
So
there really isn't anything great in here, guys. Yeah, nothing great.
That sounds
Right,
like a lie.
So you can.
I don't know if I trust him.
So for anyone who watches the video later, I'm going to put this on screen. You guys are welcome to not you guys. Curtis, you're welcome to distribute anything or nothing from this chest to your party, as well as you can drag it to either to the party inventory, to a person, or just to your own inventory if you'd like.
Let me open up the party inventory and see where's the items, right? The items tab is all of ours, right, Thomas?
Yep.
Okay.
Items is all of yours.
I'll drag. I don't know what that is. Did it go in?
I don't know. You should have seen that. You should have seen the number change, because I think every time you drag it, it removes one.
Wait. Okay. Nothing. Yeah, I'm not seeing all the items like I normally do. Here, I'll take this and try to add it in there. Do I have to put it into a specific group when I drag it?
No.
Doesn't
So
seem to be moving.
You're dragging the air or the chain, right?
Yeah, I'm grabbing the chain and I'm moving it over.
Into the party inventory?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to move for me.
Okay, so can you tell me is it the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth item from the top?
The third, fourth, and fifth items from the top.
Third, fourth, and fifth. To yours or to theirs? Or to the group?
To the group.
Okay, let me see if I can do it. There went 1, 2, 3. All right, and you want everything else to go to you, if there is anything?
The first one goes over to.
The first one goes over to
the
group. Oh, so you should tell them what you're giving them, so they don't think you're cheating.
An armor box. Something called a padded. I'm not sure what that is. Mm-hmm. I don't know where to see them though. I can't see any of the stuff that was moved over.
Oh, it's all moved over now. We'll have to deal with the inventory at some point. And then I assume that you want anything that's left. You want to put in yours.
Well, there's nothing left anyway. So.
Yeah, there is. Look to the left.
Oh, you know what? We'll put all that stuff in the group. We'll split all the money, the currency up too.
All right. So Curtis is giving you a good amount of gold and coin. So we'll send that to the party inventory. So
we could use that to drink some mead when we get back to if we get out of this alive, guys.
Yeah, if it's not, I have some hope. not a lot, but some. All right, so you guys, I think we have time for one more last. We'll do one more last move, and then we'll call it. So I think your prisoners are hankering to get up those stairs. You do guys a passive perception just tells you guys that, like, collectively, there doesn't seem to be anything left in the water. This seems to be more of a cage or an aquarium for this octopus than anything happening in nature. Like, they don't sort of find themselves in cave pools very often. When we next meet, why don't we just stack you guys up on the oops, I'm moving people and then there we go. I think you're going to be making your way in what order? So the question, only thing I need to know for next round is who are the first two people that are going to go up these stairs?
I think it's got to be Dinjarin,
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, so you make your way across the bridge, and you're sort of leading the way. Who's the second? Because it's only wide enough for one person at a time.
Icarus would probably make the next most sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Go behind Jaren.
You're behind Dinjarin. And then any preference in who goes after that?
No, I think we could do probably Syl and Tempe that are already right there.
Yeah,
Syl,
sounds
Tempe,
good.
and then maybe Glory coming up the rear, because she doesn't seem very trustworthy from what you guys are playing her. Stephanos is your healer, needs some protection. Maybe Glory can help out, and then maybe Tyros there. Does that look right?
Sounds good.
And then, cool. And then selection mode. Now I can grab these guys. I'll move them. I'll move them offline. But we'll they're all going to sort of follow you guys as a cluster behind. And the last one will be the child and the father.
Wait,
and Chop.
did we ever find the missing child?
Nope. So
Okay. It's fine.
maybe you missed this bit, but yeah, the little girl seems to have drug up this sort of tunnel, this tube, almost like a vent, that's sort of heading straight up, and it is at least 15 to 20 feet up, and then it sort of veers to the left. So there's a struggle, so it seems like the child's still alive, so there's some hope. But it's been a while. You guys have done a long rest, so who knows what's happening. I think the irony is that your long rest held true. You guys have not really gotten damaged. So that the poor octopus barely got to attack anybody. So you got that going for you. And that's all. I think that's all for this time. The next time we're heading into the next level. Curtis, what you see is it's a sort of a dark, twisted tunnel that sort of shoots up and around and to the right, and it's definitely going up fairly steep. You get the feeling it's going up to a layer above this cave, it's cool and damp and dark, and sort of as you make your way up the stairs, you hear what sounds like a struggle ahead. Perhaps more prisoners, perhaps just a goblin fight, but it is in common. You can actually hear it, and it doesn't sound like a goblin, doesn't have the voice of a goblin. So there's something sort of interesting ahead for you. One thing that you do know is it's not the little girl, because this is definitely the voice of a much older being. All right, and that,
awesome.
My friends, I think that's where we're going to end this. Does that work for you?
That works.
Awesome, guys.
Yay.
Had a lot of fun. We will talk soon. And,
Thank you, everyone.
I can help you guys with anyone who needs tech support. I can help you with next time. But until next time we play, guys, it's been fun.
Excellent.
Okay.